Nearly 2 years of fighting in Ukraine has cost the Russian government a lot of things, including national reserves. News.com has learned about a new internal report on Russia's financial status. The Finance Ministry revealed Wednesday, January 17, that the National Wealth Fund has lost 44% of its assets over the last 2 years. According to Bloomberg, as of Sunday, December 31, 2023, the fund had 5 trillion rubles, or about $55.7 billion that can be easily liquidated. That section had close to $99 billion at the start of 2022. A News.com check of the Russian Finance Ministry website showed more optimistic numbers. It still showed $151.1 billion in vote EUMA in the National Wealth Fund as of Friday, December 1. The Finance Ministry notes the Wealth Fund is only one part of Russia's national budget. It has separate accounting and management to help balance the overall budget and secure the budget of the pension fund. About $33 billion was taken from the Wealth Fund last year to cover Russia's budget deficit. The 2023 budget doubled defense spending, and News.com reported in late November that another major increase is planned this year. Reuters reported more than $1.20 billion was moved from the Wealth Fund this week to a state company that buys aircraft overseas. Russia is not being helped by weak world oil prices. The Finance Ministry reports the price of Urals crude oil exports went down 17% last year, to an average $62.99 per barrel. Oilprice.com reported the price was even lower Thursday morning, January 18, in the $60.50 range. Even if the price keeps dropping, Bloomberg economics analyst Alex Isakov says the Wealth Fund is secure for a year or two. But events in the Middle East and Persian Gulf could change that. If oil prices continue to ignore the risks of supply disruption from the Israel-Hamas war, Russia's economy will be increasingly vulnerable to shocks, Isakov said. One aspect of the Wealth Fund is increasing, despite international sanctions. Its amount of holdings in Russian companies and infrastructure bonds went up since the start of 2022. Ukraine has its own budget headaches, after 23 months of warfare. Government official Rostislav Sherma told a side meeting at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland this week that the country's deficit is about $40 billion. But according to Interfax Ukraine, Sherma believes international partners will cover the deficit for this year. We are absolutely confident that both packages of assistance will be approved in the United States and the EU, European Union, Sherma said. U.S. government aid to Ukraine has stopped, as Republicans in Congress demand top priority be given to securing the U.S.-Mexican border. Beyond that, Sherma estimates Ukraine will need at least an additional $10 billion to function. That money could come from Russian assets frozen by the sanctions. The New Voice of Ukraine reports the U.S. share of those assets totals $300 billion.